in a typical home. As we said in the first point, UK homes are tiny, so they don't really have the space to have
Okay. Oh man.
home. As we said in the first point, UK homes are tiny, so
this is what they use to represent Europe? Europe? Yeah, thank you. Great. Today I'll be reacting to British, also European versus American homes. Okay, this will be an interesting one. I love this type of videos, being honest with you, my friends, specifically because I think American homes are so amazing. But before I go into that, let me ask you for one thing. If you can leave a like, thank you so much. It's the best way to show support. If you can subscribe, well, in that case, forget about it. You make my day. Have that in consideration. Now, link for the original video in my description and let's play it.
Hi, welcome back to the ANS way, and in today's video we are going to be talking about 10 things that are different about UK homes versus American homes, especially as we've been living here for about 2 years now.
Stay tuned until the end because we've got some questions what you think about American versus UK homes. Please do subscribe.
Oh, this will be interesting.
Number one, the most obvious one, it's size or lack thereof. Most UK homes are absolutely tiny. We mentioned this in a couple of other videos.
Okay, so they are talking about UK homes, but you can apply the same logic to Europe. Actually, take a look at this. Spain, America double. How amazing is that, my friends? I really love American homes. I think that they are... I like big homes, even though I understand you guys have more land space in America, but look, United Kingdom. Oh boy.
And they're smaller than I had anticipated.
In America, by comparison, when we got here, we were finding homes were well in excess.
You cannot tell me this is not one of the most beautiful homes ever. Ever. Take a look at that. I know, André, that's not the typical American home. This is giant. I get that, okay? But come on, look at that. So beautiful. I love the gray roof. I really like this one.
Of 2,000 square feet. I would say more typically around 3,000, and initially we thought that's way too large for us. But what we have found is it's allowed for more rooms, more functionality in your house overall, and space to do things that you want rather than struggling to cram your clothes, storage, things. You can actually live in your home and do things. That leads to number two, and that is the functionality of US homes. And I'm talking walk-in closets and pantries and dedicated laundry rooms. In the UK, they would not come.
Americans are smart, that's the thing. You know what I mean? In the sense that you guys end up figuring, oh boy, that's a difficult word, figuring out a lot of amazing stuff. I mean, to be honest, look at the best companies in the world. They tend to be mostly American. But even in terms, let's say houses, I mean, this is very practical, like they are saying. Tremendous idea after tremendous idea. I should have been American, man.
In a typical home. As we said in the first point, UK homes are tiny, so they don't really have the space to have.
Okay. Oh, man.
Home. As we said in the first point, UK homes are tiny, so
this is what they use to represent Europe? Europe? Yeah, thank you. Great. Okay.
They don't really have the space to have those types of rooms, but here in the US they do, and it's something that I absolutely love here.
Number three on the list, the kitchen. Now the kitchens in the UK are either non-existent little rooms somewhere in the house, either at the front or the back.
Yeah, this is, honestly, this is a typical kitchen here. It's very small. It's basically, you know... Damn, oh boy. Now, the thing is, so the other thing about European homes, they are joking, but this is actually real. And they will show an American one, and this will be a disaster. Be ready.
Separate from every other room. In the US, however, it's kind of a central location for gathering, dining room.
This
around it, the living area, so that you cook and entertain.
This is a restaurant.
at the same time. This is something that we had to get used to because having the kitchen in your living room is a little bit weird for English people, I would say.
Although newer build homes are starting to have this more open plan style.
Exactly the same here. At one point, that was very weird. Right now, new constructions, they have this open space, idea concept, and it's becoming more popular. My house is actually open space.
But definitely when we were growing up, the kitchen was a separate area.
Yeah. One of the magical things we do have here in the US is the garbage disposal. I throw everything in there, all of the...
Wait, you can put a banana? Oh my god, if I do that here, first of all, it's not possible. But if it was possible, I need to call the plumber to fix, because everything will be broken. Oh my, okay, what?
Food scraps.
Oh, they are trolling for the video, right? Right.
It on, run the water, and it's gone.
And it's brilliant so when you live somewhere like Vegas that gets super hot in the summer, or for most of the year it's super hot, and you can just get rid of the food rather than...
Okay, I have... I should not ask this. But I'm gonna do it. So, I have a new kid. 2 months old. A great kid. But poops a lot. Basically, I have to go 1 or 2 times a day, leave the trash outside, because you can understand the smell, right? It's possible to put a diaper on that and it's gone, and you don't have to worry about it. Or would that... No, that's crazy. I don't know, I mean, the guy put a banana. Maybe it's possible. Maybe.
Have it in the trash can outside.
Trash can, there you go.
I'm adjusting my language.
Like an American. The other thing that Selena really misses is something from the UK, which is a drainage...
I have that. Okay. Oh, you guys don't have this? Oh boy.
Area that's built into the sink platform, sink basin, right next to the sink. So when you wash up, you put it over there and it drains off and it runs into the sink, so the water comes off. I don't miss it that much because I'm a dishwasher person. And we have these little drying mats and I find them perfectly fine, but you do mention all the time the drainage.
Like that it has that in the UK homes, and if we've got some shots, we'll share that here.
And the final thing, which we've mentioned a couple of times, but I think it's really important, pantries. I don't think I've ever seen a pantry in the UK, personally. Here in the US, every home that we looked at has a separate pantry or a huge area that acts as a pantry. And we get...
André, you pause 1 million times. It's impossible to watch your reactions. This is the most common comment I get, by the way. But it is what it is, I mean. Why I'm pausing this? Just to do a random comment, I admit. But I really like Skippy. I've been buying this peanut butter recently, and I think it's the best one in the world. The one I get is extra smooth. Oh boy, it's so good. Okay, that's it.
Every home that we looked at has a separate pantry or a huge area that acts as a pantry. And we get to store our huge 25 kilo Costco bag.
What?
As a pantry. And we get...
Dude, I thought that was food for the animals. I guess we are all animals, right? But that's rice.
To store our huge 25 kilo Costco bags of rice and cereal in there.
The other thing that you might find, especially for our US viewers, is that in the UK, our washing machine is typically in the kitchen. Now, when I think about that,
Seems ridiculous.
Yeah, it sounds really strange.
It's ridiculous.
You'll be cooking, or perhaps you're having dinner in the kitchen, you've got friends around, and then your washing machine is going off. Yeah, so a very weird thing about the UK kitchen.
Number 4 is bathrooms or bathrooms,
what?
as they said in the US. They pronounce their THs. So many bathrooms. We have 3.5 in here, and I think in the last place we stayed was 3.5. All of the homes that we looked at had between 3 and 5 bathrooms. They are obsessed. In the UK, you'll...
Did I understood that correct? 3 or 5? 5? Are you guys taking shower all the time? What the hell is going on?
Be lucky to have one main bathroom and maybe, depending on when your home was built, an ensuite, maybe.
Maybe, yeah. Certainly when we were growing up, that just wasn't the norm.
Okay, this is a culture shock. What?
Norm in houses, but since the 2000s they started building the new homes started having an
I think the perfect number is 2. André, you are crazy. No, I'm not. I think the perfect number is 2. You have 1 for when you are taking a shower. No, this is a really dumb comment. Maybe 3 actually.
ensuite. But even then, the ensuite bathroom was tiny and
Comically small.
comically small,
What?
where 2 of you cannot be in there at the same time. There would be 1 sink, and that's another main difference. Here in the US, their ensuites really do cater for 2 people. They have double sinks, and that would really be a luxury in a UK home. Actually, when I went to one of my colleagues' homes, her shower was so large, it was larger than one of my friend's bedroom. The shower space. That's how big it is here.
Holy, that was big.
I don't know if this is the same across the US, but one of the biggest things I found strange with the bathrooms here, especially the ensuite, was that they don't typically have a door. And that for me is very different from the UK. UK, you will always have a door to your ensuite or your bathroom. At number 5,
Okay, no door. What? I mean, but your close one still. Oh, I need my privacy.
parking, and this may surprise our American viewers, but in the UK, parking can be a real issue, and it's something that we suffered with when we were looking at new build homes, in particular where they wouldn't have a driveway, so you would be assigned a parking spot, maybe 1 or 2 depending on the size of the home, but that was really something that you had to consider when buying a new build, is whether you're even going to have a space to park your car.
Before moving out here, we bought a 3-bedroom family apartment, and you have 1 allocated space, and that was it. There was no option to buy another one. And this isn't just places that are dense cities. We lived out, much further out from the city of London. So it's quite an odd way to live in the UK. America, by comparison, has excessive space. Especially here in Vegas, you have ample room to park your many, many cars, trucks, boats, jet skis, motorbikes, RVs. And number 6 is garages.
I mean, nothing to say there. Amazing, my Americans.
In the UK, it's kind of a mixed bag. Older homes tended to have garages in which you cannot park modern cars because they were built for things like minis, metros.
Hey.
You cannot park modern cars because they were built for things like
I don't care what you guys say. This is a beautiful car. This is a beautiful car.
minis, metros, which most cars are too big now, so you can't actually get in and open the doors. So you could buy an older home, have a garage, you can't park your car, so they tend to be used as storage. Newer build homes, depending on where you are, as we mentioned, will either have no spaces and no garage, or we did buy a home in 2015, which did come with a garage that was big enough for a car and 2 tandem parking spaces.
Which is quite rare.
It's very rare, especially the closer you get to London. America, on the other hand, it's integral to their home design. They
fancy.
generally will have a double garage that fits within the home footprint. So instead of it being external to the house, it'll be built into the home. And
I feel like the design in terms of, I know they are talking about garage, but I think the design in terms of, the American stuff changes so much from region to region. I assume this is, for example, maybe in Texas, New Mexico, the design. But when we go to places like, Cincinnati, the design is quite different, right? They use more wood outside and stuff like that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but at least I always had that idea.
they can genuinely be
Basically, there is a difference between the south and the north, right?
bigger than a UK apartment. I think this is a small one, it's about 400 square foot. Some of the ones that we looked at were maybe 5 to 6.
No, this is going too far at this point.
This is a
Sorry.
genuinely be bigger than a UK apartment. This is a small one, is about 400 square foot. Some of the ones that we looked at were maybe 5 to 600 square foot, which I'll throw something up on the screen. A UK apartment can be 600 square foot.
At number 7, we have getting your mail. And this is something that I definitely miss about the UK. In the UK, We have mail that just comes through the door. It's wonderful. You do not have to go anywhere. You hear when the postman arrives, you get your letters. Here, we have to trek about a block to go and get our mail. And it's a discussion every day. Oh, yeah, have you been to check the letterbox yet? In the UK, it's so much easier. And that's something I definitely miss. And I don't know if that's everywhere in the US, but certainly here in Nevada, that's how you get your mail.
Number 8.
Okay.
Temperature control, and specifically temperature control rather than heating, because in the US, at least in the parts that we would choose to live, nearly every home has air conditioning. Now, to a UK person,
Amazing.
that generally means cooling the home. The way it works here in the US, which is new to me as well, it's amazing. Air comes from the sky. So it cools and heats. They're separate units. One's a gas burner or furnace, and one is an air conditioning unit that cools down. But it keeps and maintains the perfect temperature all year round. Really hot summers, which we get here, 46 degrees Celsius. It's perfect in here. And when it's cold, it takes, how long would you say to warm up in here?
10 minutes maybe?
10 minutes at most to warm the whole house. This leads us on to how it works in the UK. Horribly, is what I would say. We have radiators, which firstly, to me, are an eyesore, and I know we've done
I also have those.
a lot better job of the modern
I like them in the winter. In the summer, they don't do anything.
panel ones, but they're an eyesore, they're in the way. I think they're filled with water, a boiler heats the water up and it comes out, and 2 hours later the house might be livable. I had no idea, I thought the radiators...
Yeah, this is true. I mean, if you turn them or you turn them on, and it takes like, they are saying 2 hours. From my experience, it's more like 3 or 4. But after that, it's really nice. It's kind of like, okay, I'm freezing right now, but in 3 hours, I will be in amazing temperature. Great idea, Europeans.
System was quite good
Yeah.
until we got here. But trust me, heat from the sky is where it's at. I love it.
At number 9, we have gardens versus backyard. In the UK, gardens are like a national treasure for us. They're lush and green. Lots of British people are really into gardening. And sometimes they're disproportionately sized in comparison to the house. So you might have a small house, but then you might have this like 100-foot garden with these large orchard trees. Whereas here in the US, we're not finding that is as normal. And I get it, it can depend where you are.
Yeah.
And I've had a few people say to me, why do you call it a backyard and not a garden? Because it's not a garden. There's nothing about our backyard that makes me think of a garden, but it's different. It's a more functional space to put a pool, have your barbecue set up, play games. So
Ooh, that was beautiful.
to me, it is a backyard that you just make into whatever you want it to be, whereas in England, it truly is a garden.
Finally, number 10. We know this personally because we did put out a video that wasn't specifically about this, but we asked the question, and that is hardwood or hard surfaces versus carpet in your home. Now, I'm still torn. I'm quite traditional in the sense of I love carpet.
I never had carpet, so I don't know. I always had wood. But carpet probably feels so nice in your foot, you know? I can imagine, I mean, I have the carpets, but not the way you guys have across the entire room, you know what I mean? No, it's not across the entire room. You guys don't have carpets on the kitchen and stuff like that, so it's not even true. Oh, but this, I like this, I think.
And it feels nice, makes the place feel warmer, more cozy. I have come around to the practicalities of hard flooring. We use luxury vinyl plank, which is a high quality vinyl, but
it's very easy to clean, and yeah, it's way easier, basically. And I always thought that, I mean, the carpets, they look amazing, but you have to have a lot of tools to clean them. And sometimes I assume you have to do a crazy clean because, you know, but yeah, this is very easy to maintain.
it mimics
It's what I have
hardwood, and it's super easy to clean. You can wipe anything up, you can drop stuff on there, and you just...
And it looks good.
It does look really nice. Where I struggle a little bit is we put lots of rugs down in the soft areas.
Yeah.
So we turn hardwood into carpet just in little spaces, which I think indicates that carpet is the way to go for me.
I know lots of people are going to say, no, carpet's awful, it's unhygienic.
Really? I thought Americans liked carpet.
I think the thing that what gets me about American homes, and it was one of the things when we was looking at rentals, was they would have hardwood everywhere, even in the bedrooms. And for me, I do like a bedroom to be cozy with carpet, but a bit like Ant, I've come around, so I get it. I do understand how much more practical hardwood is. It's just, it loses the cozy feeling of a UK home.
There you have it. 10 things that make US and UK homes different. At the beginning of the video, we did mention...
To be honest, this last point was confusing to me because, carpet is common in UK and not in America. I thought it was the opposite. Okay, wait, what? I thought Americans also had carpets. Actually, quite a lot.
We had some questions for you. So for those who have stuck around, thank you. You're getting our viewer attention up. And here are the questions. Question 1. For those of you in the UK, have you or do you currently experience the parking problems? And if you do, how...
Not in the UK, but parking is getting problematic in my country also. So, and I don't know what to do actually about that. It drives me crazy.
How do you deal with it? In particular, those where they have shared parking spaces and you might get into disputes with your neighbours.
Question number 2. Which difference between UK and American homes surprised you the most and why?
And the final question, question 4.
I don't know, they're so different. I mean, I don't, honestly, different type of answer, but I don't think they are even comparable. I think American homes are so much better.
3 is, which do you prefer? If you've experienced both or you look them up, I do this all the time. I go onto Zoopla and Zillow and you're looking at other houses or you've seen them on TV. Which homes do you prefer? And it might seem really obvious because somebody's gonna say, oh, I want the bigger home. But actually a lot of people like really cute, cozy homes.
This is true.
So which do you prefer? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks.
Okay, great video. Actually, this title sounds good. Buying a house in USA. I may have to check that one. But before I go, let me ask you for one thing. If you can leave a like, thank you so much, my friends. Really means a lot that you guys end up spending this time with me. It's always a pleasure. And see you guys in the next one. Bye.